Good morning, everybody. How's going? Hope everything is fine. Welcome to class 10th English. How's your studies going on? Superb. Ready for the board examinations? They are there, it's damn sure. We cannot skip the exams. So fine, if you are working, well and good. Otherwise, start working, start learning, start practicing. That's very important. And especially start reading the chapters. Whatever is taught to you, start revising the chapters, whatever were taught to you. And start just making the notes. And I hope you are watching the recordings on the regular basis and trying to understand the chapter taught in that. If you are facing any problem, you are always welcome, my dear, in the doubt classes for the meanings, for the question answers. And if there is no question answers, there is no doubt, there is grammar class. So be there in doubt class regularly. That's very important. Don't think doubt class is not so important. It is more important than these recordings. We can meet together, right? So now, in the previous class, in the previous recording, we have learned the poetry Amanda. Have you read this poetry at home? Yes. If you have not read it, read it. Very interesting, full of message about a small girl. The feelings of a small girl has been told in this poetry, and what the dreams the children live in. Everybody in this world, especially when they are a child, they have a world of fantasies, dream world. And you have really felt it more when you are at home in this lockdown period. Haven't you felt? Don't you want to live in a different world where there is no corona, no lockdown? You can roam freely, you can do whatever you want to do. You all have some likings, dislikings. I hope everybody has written about what they want to do, but your parents or elders don't allow you. You have not done? When we studied the last chapter, the last poetry, Amanda, it was a job which was to be done by you, to write about the things you want to do. Because these are the things would really help you in knowing yourself. If you have not done, do it. And if you have done, that is a great thing. So, before starting the discussion of question answer, today we are going to discuss the important questions, reference to context of this chapter, as we did not discuss in the previous class, as it is very important and you know it very well. In your exams there are the extracts, reference to context. So we are going to discuss each and every stanza particularly, separately. Then we are going to discuss the question answers which are given at page number 62. I hope you are ready. I know you are not going to give the answers as it is a recording, but I will let you think about the answer after each and every question. Then I am going to give you all the answers one by one. It's my duty, it's my job to give you all the answers. Fine? So before starting, let me brief you the poetry in 2 minutes. This poetry is about a small girl who is just as old as you, about 12 to 14 years old, not more than that, a teenager named Amanda. In this poetry, there are, how many characters are there? You can see 2 characters. One, the mother, next, Amanda. In this poetry, mother is always monitoring, instructing, controlling, nagging, scolding the girl to do something and not to do something. And the girl, she never ever looks at her mother while listening, while mother scolds her. She's always lost, preoccupied in her thoughts. This poetry is divided into 4 stanzas. In every stanza's first 4 lines are spoken by mother, and 3 lines which are in the brackets, parentheses, thought by the little girl Amanda. Right? In first stanza, she was asked not to bite the nails, not to hunch her shoulders, not to slouch, sit upright, and she was lost. She thought herself as a mermaid, relaxing in a sea which looks like emerald, free. In second stanza, she was asked about the homework. She asked about the works which were to be completed by her. Again, she was not listening to her mother, and she was lost. She thought herself as an orphan, without any parents, not to wear any shoes, bare feet. She could roam in the streets, on the roads, hushing the dust, making the patterns of the dust. It was her thinking. In the third stanza, the mother was nagging her to eat chocolates. Because of her age, she would get pimples, and this would be not good for her, because the girls are always needed to look beautiful. It is the society. Only beautiful girls and gorgeous girls are welcome in the society. It is a thinking. As I told you, the world is male-dominated world. And the girl is taught to behave in a particular manner because to look beautiful, look gorgeous, she could get a good husband, to get married. This is all the reasons, or what else? She could get a good house to get married. So, but she was again not listening, even not looking at the mother. She was completely lost. She was thinking herself as one of the very famous characters of a fairy tale, Rapunzel. Fine? And she was lost. And she thought she would love to live in a tower in tranquility. And she would not put her hair down to let anybody climb the tower. And the last stanza was itself amazing. It's an irony. The mother who nagged her in the whole poetry, telling her that she has not nagged her, don't cry. That is the poetry about. I have briefed you. Now no doubts are left. Everything is clear to you. Now let's have the question answers. Firstly, reference to context, stanza wise. Let's see first stanza. Right? In first stanza, if I ask the question, what was instructed by mother to Amanda not to do? First, not to bite her nails. Second, not to hunch her shoulders. Third, to stop slouching and to sit up straight. Right? Who spoke the first 4 lines? Mother. Very simple. Who spoke the lines written in parentheses, brackets? Amanda. Next question. Was she listening to her mother? No. Simple questions. Right? If the question is there, what does your refers to? Amanda. Remember? Yes. Whatever questions can be formed in the exams, I'm telling you all the answers, you can write. What does Amanda want to become in this stanza? a mermaid. Where does Amanda want to live? In languid emerald sea as a sole inhabitant. Which word in the extract has the meaning only? Soul. Clear? Yes. Which poetic device is used in this stanza? You know it very well. There are 3 to 4 poetic devices are used in this stanza. You can write any. Like first 2 lines, don't, anaphora, Amanda, repeated many times, repetition, stop slouching, alliteration. These are all I told in the previous class, but I am giving you the question answers, right? Right. Which word in the extract means as same as happily? Blissfully. These are the questions of this extract. Let's see the next extract. Which poetic device is used in the first 2 lines? 2 are there. First is anaphora. Learn them by heart. That's very important. Right here. Amanda, repetition. I, repetition. In third line, thought, told, repetition. So many are there. Next question. Who does you refer to? Amanda. Next question. Who does I refer to? Again, I'm mother. Now, if a question is there, why Amanda wants to be an orphan? She wants to be an orphan as her mother scolds her, nags her many times. So she wants to live without parents, freely, where there is nobody to instruct her. That is the reason. Why does Amanda not want to wear the shoes? Why does she want to roam bare feet? Because her mother asked her to clean her shoes, and she was a small girl. She doesn't want to clean her shoes. Simple. Which material the silence is compared to? Gold. Why the silence? Why is the silence compared to gold? Because the silence is as precious as gold, very expensive, which should be valued. Third stanza. If we look at the first question, what does the word acne means? Pimple. Your very favorite question. Name the poetry and the poet. Learn the name, Amanda. Write as it is with the exclamation mark. 1 mark question, very important in the exams. Amanda. And name of the poet, Robin Klein. Right? Yes. Who does I refer to here again? Same answer. Mother. What was told to Amanda by her mother? Not to eat any chocolate. What does Amanda want to become in this poetry? Any guesses? She wants to become Rapunzel. Who is Rapunzel? Rapunzel is a character in a fairy tale with long golden hair who was caught in a very tall tower. Fine? If you don't know the meaning, don't know the answer, you can write here. Which poetic device is used in this line? As I am Rapunzel. Allusion. 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 Last stanza. Simple, nothing to ask. Was Amanda moody? No, who was moody? The mother. As she was nagging her earlier, now she was asking her the reason why she was crying. Irony. You know irony very well? Irony is a poetic device when something opposite is said or done. Something opposite is said or done. As she was nagging, but she herself asked her why she was crying. Clear? So these are the poetic devices. I hope everybody has understood the questions reference to context. Firstly, do these word meanings. Then the questions are there thinking about the poem. Let's see what the questions are there and how many questions can be done in the homework by you. How old do you think Amanda is? 12 to 14 years, I suppose, teenager. Question is, how do you know this? Because the mother asked her not to eat chocolate as she could get acne, which is the disease of a teenager. Who do you think is speaking to her? The mother. Why not father? Because in our society, it is always considered as a mother's duty to teach etiquettes, to take care of a child, look after a child in the family. That's the reason. Got it? Why are stanzas 2nd, 4 and 6 given in parentheses? There are stanzas, you can count it separately. Why these are in stanzas? Two reasons. Because these are the lines spoken by Amanda and these were her dreams. When the mother was asking her about something, she was lost in her thoughts, dreaming, living in a dream world. Clear? To show the difference between the poetry and her thoughts. Who is the speaker in stanzas 2, 4 and 6? Amanda herself. Do you think the speaker is listening to the speaker in stanzas 1, 3, 5 and 7? First thing, tell me, who is the speaker in first 3, 5 and 7? Mother herself. Do you think the speaker is listening to the speaker in stanzas 1, 3, 5 and 7? Do you think she was listening to her mother? What do you do when your mother scolds you? You tell yourself. What do you do? What is done by you? When your mother scolds you, when your mother asks you, Beta, don't do that. How do you behave? Do you listen to your mother? No. Simple answer. She was not listening. What could Amanda do if she were a mermaid? In the second stanza, she thought about being a mermaid. What could she do? See? She could drift blissfully in the languid emerald sea. Right? She would drift blissfully in the in the languid emerald sea. She wants to live like that. If she were a mermaid. What is a mermaid? You know it very well. Have you seen the movie The Little Mermaid? Disney's, if you haven't seen, see it. Good movie. Is Amanda an orphan? Amanda is not an orphan. Why does she say so? Because her mother instructs her for everything, asks her about the homework, to do many things, and she is not willing to. That's why she wants to be an orphan, to live her life on her own, without any parents, without being controlled by anybody. She doesn't want to be controlled by anybody. What about you? Do you want to be controlled by anybody or not? No? Yes. Do you know the story of Rapunzel? If you haven't read it. Very good story. See it on YouTube or watch a movie, Tangled. Why does she want to be Rapunzel? Because she wants to live in tranquility, which was rare. She wants to be in a tall tower, as Rapunzel used to live, and she did not want to be disturbed by anybody, far from anybody's reach, right? What does the girl yearn for? The girl yearns means dreams, desires. जो उसकी इच्छा है, क्या चाहती है वो लड़की? The girl yearns for a life without any control, free from all the instructions, not ruled by her mother. That sort of life she yearns for. What does this poem tell you about Amanda? Amanda is a girl who wasn't controlled by her mother, like every girl of society, has been burdened under the burden of society, and she wants to overcome it, remove all the burden, wants to live a free life as all the children. Read the last stanza. Do you think Amanda is sulking and is moody? No. Amanda is not sulking and she is not moody. Her mother was moody. She herself nagged her, scolded her, and she was blaming her child to be moody. Clear? Maybe because she didn't listen to her mother, she was lost in her thoughts. Mother thought so, but she was moody and like that. So this is the poetry, Amanda. I hope you have enjoyed the poetry. You have learnt a lot, many things about Amanda. So I just want you to read it again, do the question answers at home, and try to write this summary explanation in your own language, especially English. I'm not winding up. I'm starting a new chapter. Ready for the new chapter, my dear? Or not? Yes. What is the new chapter? Do you have any idea? That is not Mijbil the author. Just strike it out. It is not in your syllabus. Have I told you the syllabus? No? If not, you can write it right now. Mijbil the author is not in your syllabus. We are going to start the next chapter, Madam Rides the Bus by Vali Kannan. Fine, my dear? And now, Amanda is completed. After this, there's a poetry animals. We are to read that. Animals is in your syllabus. After this poetry, we are going to start this poetry. Simple about animals. The next poetry, The Trees by Adrian Rich. Just strike it out. It is not in your syllabus. There is no poetry, The Trees. Chapter number 8, Mijbil the Otter. Strike it out. Not in the syllabus. Next chapter, Fog. Strike it out. It is also not there in your syllabus. Chapter number 9, Madam Rides the Bus. We are going to read that. Next poetry, The Tale of Custard the Dragon. The tree is deleted, fog deleted. It is there. Last is For Anne Gregory. For Anne Gregory, it is not there in your syllabus. Strike it out. Now take out page number 116. Madam Rides the Bus by Valikaran. After this chapter, two poetries and 2 chapters will be left after this chapter. Now let's talk about Madam Rides the Bus by Wali Kannan. Before we start the chapter, there are some questions. I'll brief you, give you an overview of the chapter, but not today, in the next class. Fine, dear? Let's see what is there. In this sensitive story, an 8-year-old girl's first bus journey into the world outside her village is also her induction into the mystery of life and death. She sees the gap between our knowing that there is death and our understanding of it. It is a sensitive story. A story of 8-year-old girl, first bus journey into the world which is outside of her village. So this story is about a girl, a small girl, who is 8 years old. First bus journey into the world outside the village. And then only at his first journey, she induced into the mystery of life and death. She came to know about the life. She came to know about the death itself. She herself sees the gap between the knowing that there is death and the understanding of it. The difference between the gap between the understanding of death and the real death. All right? Activity number 1 and 2, I just want you to read them and do them before we start the class, the lecture for this class. Okay? This is your homework. That's why I asked you to take out the book and we are going to continue with this chapter. I hope you enjoyed. That's all of my side. Thank you for listening to me. Bye-bye. Take care.